Hey everyone, my name is Gamer Corey and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto Online video. Now in this video, what I would like to do is teach you guys how to either make more money if you're kind of just starting out, or maybe you are a brand new player. Some of these tips and tricks might not apply to you depending on what level you're currently at. And I know that I'm fairly new to Grand Theft Auto Online as well, but I've had a lot of people asking me how I was able to make a lot of money in a relatively short amount of time. Now, I want to be able to share some of my tips and tricks with you guys. This is going to be a completely solo method. I will have another guide at some point in time that is more designed around cooperative gameplay, or maybe even in bigger public sessions. But as you can see, if you guys look in the upper left-hand corner, I'm in a public session by myself, and I have $7.2 million just in cash right now. And I own quite a few different businesses, and I want you guys to be able to be successful like I have been in the relatively short amount of time that I've been playing this. And a lot of people have been asking through comments or other forms of communication, asking me how I was able to make so much money really quick. So these are the things that I just wanted to be able to share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is head on over to any of the convenience stores. Now they're going to be located all around the map, and whatever one that you're closest to, just go ahead and head on over to one of them. There's quite a few on the entire map. This is the one that right here that I actually started doing this specific method on right away. But just pick one, go over to it, and I'm going to show you what we need to do in order to kind of get making some money quickly. Now you can see in the upper right hand corner of the screen that I have basically no money right now, and what we're going to do is we need to use our gun. And you're going to get this gun right away, and you're going to basically just rob the convenience store. And then what you're going to do is just jump on over this register or go around the counter. It doesn't really matter. And then as soon as he's kind of done doing it, his thing, he's going to put both hands on the bag there. And we're just going to go clock him out here, and we're going to grab that money. That's $1,700 in order to get that. So what we're going to do is you're going to go to online, and then you're going to go into creator, and then basically you're going to go ahead and leave that entire session. Now, once you get to creator, just go ahead and push the start menu again, go back over to online, and this time go play GTA Online, but just go into invite only session. That's all you really need to do at this point in time. Now, when you do spawn back into the game, you're going to be really close to the convenience store that you just got done robbing. Now, it literally spawned me right outside of the store, and I can walk right back in and rob the same thing again. You can see that I still have the $1,719 for cash, and you're going to make that probably about $1,100 to $2,000 per convenience store time that you do it, and it honestly only takes about 30 seconds to rob it, or about a minute total to rob it, get into creator mode, and then start all over. And we're trying to get to our first objective, which is $50,000. Now, another great method to make some money very quickly at the beginning of the game is go to this specific intersection at about midnight to 3 o'clock in the morning. It is located in West Vinewood. Now, to get this car to appear, what you need to do is just drive around the block. If we go this way down the street, take an immediate left, and basically end up right back at where we just started from, we are going to get either a blue or yellow car to appear, and it is one of the most expensive cars in the game that you can find on the streets, and you can sell it for really good money. Like I said, it's going to go for about $17,000. Now, the car is actually right here, so what we just want to go ahead and do is head on over to it and go ahead and steal it. This is Grand Theft Auto, by the way, so we're going to go ahead and steal this vehicle. Try not to damage it too very much, because the less that you can damage it, the more money you can sell it for. So now what we're going to want to do is bring up our map and mark the closest custom shop, and there's actually one really close, so just mark it on your map so you guys know exactly where to go, and make your way on over to the Los Santos Customs. Now make sure that you guys are taking it easy as best as possible, because you don't want to damage your car. You're trying to make money as quickly as possible in the beginning phases of the game, and this car, valued at over $17,000, is literally one of the best cars that you can steal at the beginning of the game. So when we go ahead and enter the garage, you're going to get this little bit of a cutscene. If you caused any damage to the vehicle itself, just go ahead and repair it right away, and then go ahead and sell it as fast as possible. Now you can do this trick every 48 minutes or once a day, and this specific vehicle will appear between midnight and 3 o'clock every single day. So make sure that you guys are setting your clock so you guys know exactly when to go back and look. Now, once you have a little bit of cash, the next thing that you're going to want to buy is literally the cheapest building that you can find. So what you're going to want to do is just go all the way down to the low end here, and then sort by low to high and buy whatever is the cheapest option for you guys. Now, in this case, this one's way over here in Paleto Bay. So if you don't want to go maybe not that quite that far, just scroll down until you find one that you're okay with, and then go ahead and buy it. So you're going to need to be able to, rob a few more convenience stores or find a few more of those cars, because this is going to allow us to purchase our first car. Now, once you have purchased your first property, what you want to do is go over to travel and transportation and go down to Warstock right here. And then what you're going to want to do is go ahead and sort by price, and go ahead and get this Duke o' Death, because it is a free vehicle for you. And this is one of the first cars that I used in the game. And the reason that you need to purchase your first building is because you have to have it delivered somewhere. So then you're going to want to steal either a car or get wherever you need to get to in order, whatever building or property that you purchase, and go pick up this thing, because then you can start the next activity. Now from here, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and push down on your interactive menu here. And then I have my CEO office. So what you're going to want to do is you would have an option to do VIP work. You're going to go ahead and click this, but what you're going to have to remember that is once you start your first mission, you're going to only be able to do it for 4 hours. The other thing that you need to make sure that you have is $50,000 cash. Otherwise, it will not let you start this mission. Once you have those objectives and you've received your Duke of Death, you are ready and prepared to start your next activities. Now, the ones that I recommend are Headhunter, and make sure that you're standing physically in the city for all of these. So you could either do that one there, which is going to take you around and you're going to have to kill 4 targets. The next thing that you can do is Hostile Takeover, at which point I would recommend that you guys do the one that's down at LSIA, or Los Santos International Airport. That will give you about $18,000 to $20,000 for the drop-offs. This one will make you between $18,000 and $25,000, and then the last one would be Sightseer. This one's a little bit harder with the Duke of Death, just because you have to go to 3 different locations, do a little bit of hacking, pick up the packages, and then you'll make about the $18,000 to $25,000. I personally recommend Hostile Takeover and Headhunter. That's just my preference. If you guys want to add some of the other ones, it's up to you. But in my personal opinion, I found that those were the easiest ones to start with. Congratulations, you've completed your first 4 hours of grinding in the VIP work. Now you have to wait your 12 hours for your cooldown, and hopefully you guys have made a little bit of money by doing that. Now, in the meantime, you're going to want to do a few other things. You guys could do missions. However, that's not really solo. Or what you could do is go back to robbing the convenience stores or stealing cars and selling them at the Los Santos Customs auto repair stores. Now for the next step, what you guys are going to want to do is purchase your first CEO office. Now, this is going to cost you a cool $1 million unless you're lucky enough to find it for sale at 50% off during one of Grand Theft Auto Online's discounted periods. But what you're going to want to do is go over to Money and Services, head on down to Dynasty 8 Executive, enter that site, and you're going to be purchasing this one right here, which is Maze Bank West. This is a $1 million facility, and when I actually obtained it, it was actually half off. So I got it for $500,000. Now there is one way if you guys don't really want to grind through this, And I'm not being sponsored by Rockstar in any way in order to say this, but if you guys push your start menu and go to online, you can actually go down to Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack. This will actually give you a few different properties for free, and you're going to get a lot of fantastic vehicles and things to really start your criminal enterprise. You're going to actually get this Maze Bank West completely for free. You're also going to get the Paleto Forest Bunker. You're going to get the clubhouse. You're going to get the cash factory. You're going to get a 10-star garage or a 10-stall garage, and you're also going to get an apartment all included in this. And not only that, but you're going to get some vehicles, you're going to get some weapons and some other things. And then you also get a little bit of a bonus for when you purchase this as well. And I actually did purchase the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, and I also received $1.25 million when I did purchase it. So that was kind of a jump start to my career as a criminal here in Grand Theft Auto Online. Again, you don't necessarily have to do it, but it's an easy way to get some of the properties that you will need very quickly, and you're going to get some bonus cash for doing that. Now, one of the main reasons that you're going to want to be able to purchase your CEO office is to have access to this computer right here, which is connected to the SecuroServe network. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and log in, and you're going to want to be able to get this vehicle cargo right here. And we're going to be able to source vehicles. Now, there's many different warehouses located around the map, but this is the one that I recommend that you guys purchase. It's really it's far away from my current location, but it's right off of one of the main highways. The only thing that's probably a downside to it is southern on the map, so it's a little bit further to take some of your source vehicles to deliver them later. But there is a way that you can trick the game into only giving you top ranked vehicles, and that's to get 10 standard and 10 mid-range in your warehouse, and then after that you will always source top range cars. So anytime that you get a standard or a mid-range vehicle right away, you're going to want to make sure that you keep it in your warehouse. Now, it's going to cost you a little bit of money, and this is where I recommend that you might possibly want to get the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, because you're going to get the CEO office completely for free, and then you're going to get your bonus of the $1.25 million. And at that point, this warehouse will only cost you $250,000, because this total price for this is $1.5 million. But if you didn't purchase the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, and you don't necessarily need to, you're just going to have to grind longer in order to receive it, and it might take you a few hours to do that. Now, another main reason that you can go ahead and get your CEO office is actually for special cargo. Now, this isn't the path that I went down because it costs a lot of money to go and pick up your crates and things like that. So it's something that I didn't get into, but it is an option for you guys. But a great option for your CEO office is the fact that you're going to have unlimited access to VIP work, and you're not going to only have access to it for 4 hours and then have a 12-hour cooldown. So in between sourcing your vehicles and whatnot, you can actually go ahead and do your Headhunter, your Sightseer missions, and you're going to still make money with that, because your next purchase is going to be absolutely vital, and that is going to be the Buzzard, and that's going to be over in the internet and down under transportation, not under money and services here. We want to be able to go to travel and transportation and down under Warstock, and then in this area is where you're going to find your Buzzard that you're actually going to want to go ahead and purchase. Now, if you do get lucky, you can actually purchase this specific vehicle for 50% off, but you're going to want to get it as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you're going to have to spend another $1.7 million over the next however long you're going to be able to do that. Now, if you do source top range cars, the best possible take, unless you're in a double or a 1.5 money opportunity, is $80,000 per vehicle. So you're definitely going to want to be able to do the Headhunter and the Sightseers on top of it. And then if you can find this thing for 50% off, then congratulations, because it's going to only help you out, and it's going to make it easier for when you guys get around. And right now, this is the vehicle that I use to always get around the map, and I'm still using it, and it was one of the first vehicles that I purchased. I purchased the Duke of Death first, and then, which was free, and then the next vehicle I purchased was Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is head on over to Maze Bank Foreclosures. When you go into this site, you're going to want to go up at the top here, and you're going to want to look for your bunkers. Now, if you do purchase your Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, you do get this one up in Paleto Bay completely for free, and that's going to save you about $1 million right off the bat. Now, the two that I would recommend, honestly, and I do plan on switching mine at some point, is the Farmhouse Bunker, which is located right here, just off of this main highway. The reason that I would actually want this one over my second option is because a lot of deliveries seem to happen right in this area when you do some of your gun running activities, making that a very convenient spot location. However, it is more expensive. It's $2.375 million. The other one that I would recommend is this one, which is the Chumash Bunker. It's $1.65 million. It's right along this main highway as well. It's a little bit further away from the main locations that I would like to be at, but it's just north of the city, and it's really close. It's a lot closer than Paleto Bay, and there's a reason that they give this one to you for free in the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, but it will save you money in the long run. And then once you do save enough money to repurchase a different bunker, by all means, go ahead and do. Now, once you have your first bunker, go ahead and head on over to this computer and go ahead and log into it for the first time. Now, you're going to click to enter. You can see that this specific bunker has made me over $10 million, and I have a 96% success rate. Honestly, pretty much my failures are just because I have let my bar get too far forward, and it ends up having 2 vehicles instead of 1. So that's kind of unfortunate for me. But what you can do is when you resupply, you can either do the steal supplies or buy supplies. I definitely recommend at the very beginning that you guys do steal supplies, but later on, you're going to want to start buying supplies because you can start doing Headhunter missions and other activities. You can source a car, and it's going to make up for that $75,000 that you're going to be buying your supplies. It's going to kind of, you're going to be making more money by doing other activities than stealing them, because when you do steal the supplies, yes, you're cutting your costs down, but you're only making a few $1,000s in order to actually steal those supplies. So just kind of be aware of that. Now, when you guys do resupply, all you need to do is 1 full supply level is enough to get 1 sale. And I'm not doing any sales right now because I don't need the extra money coming from my bunker. But what you would do is you would just go down into manage staff right here, and then you would just assign either all to manufacturing, which is going to obviously make you money, all to research, which is going to help you if you want to buy weapons later, or you could assign both staff to both. If you're trying to make money, which is what this guide is about, I would definitely recommend that you guys assign the staff to manufacturing, especially during the double money days of gun running, because you guys are going to make so much money very quickly that research will only matter after the fact. As soon as you guys can get the upgrades, make sure that you guys are getting the equipment upgrade and the staff upgrade. I personally have AFK'd away from this console for many hours, and I've never done an upgrade on that, and that's because I completely log out of my CEO, and then none of my businesses get targeted for or raided from the cops. But you guys are going to want to purchase these as quickly as possible, which will set you back roughly $1.5 million, at least in the Paleto Bay bunker. And that's going to help you guys get more money, better weapons, things like that. You guys can kind of read them as I'm kind of hovering over them. Now, again, I just want to reiterate that 1 full supply level will produce enough stock level, as long as you're doing it all towards manufacturing, to only have 1 vehicle every single time. That makes it completely solo. Now, if you let it go or you aid it twice, then what's going to happen is you have the chance of getting multiple vehicles, and your profit, like I showed you at the very beginning, as far as my success rate is at 96% because I got multiple vehicles because I accidentally let it go more than 1 full supply level. Hopefully that makes sense, but if you guys do have any questions, you guys can definitely leave a comment down below, and I will do my best to address. Now for the next portion of this money guide, what you're going to want to start to do next is start focusing on your MC businesses. And they are the motorcycle clubs. So what we're going to do is go into Maze Bank Foreclosures, and we're going to go up to the clubhouses right here. Maybe here. There we go. And you can see there's quite a few around the map. But if you do purchase the Criminalized Enterprise Starter Pack, you will get one completely for free, just so that you guys are aware. Now, I believe that this one is the cheapest one in the entire map, and it's kind of out of the way, but it really doesn't matter when it comes to the motorcycle club itself. Now, inside of your motorcycle club, what you're going to be able to do is have access to the other MC businesses, which will include like weed, meth, cocaine lockup, and a few other businesses that will allow you to make money. You will have to get these first before you purchase your nightclub, and it will cost you about $4 million in total without any of the upgrades. So just please keep that in mind, that don't waste your money on any of the nightclubs before upgrading and getting all 5 of your MC businesses up and running, because you will lose a ton of money if you purchase the nightclub right away. That was one mistake that I made. I only had 3 of the businesses, and I honestly completely regretted it until I was able to get 5 of them. Now, there's a couple different ones that you guys can purchase. They are the weed, the meth, the cocaine lockup, some other ones like that. There's also the hangar, or the special cargo will count as one. But there's 7 different options inside of the nightclub, and you can only pick 5 of them. Now, I am over here at my clubhouse, which I don't step foot in very often, because basically once you start purchasing these businesses, you won't ever have to really ever come back here again. As you can see, that I haven't done anything really with my supply levels. You can definitely do that, but these types of businesses do require more than a solo, and that's not what this guide is about. Now, once you complete the first activity levels, this is about the stock level that you're going to get for each of them, because these ones, I've only done 1 stock level, and that was the initial supply run to start the businesses. But these are all the different jobs or locations that you can purchase, or businesses that you can purchase. And the only one I don't really have is the document forgery office, because I really didn't feel that I needed it. Otherwise, I pretty much own the cheapest ones possible. Now, keep in mind that this motorcycle club and the counterfeit cash factory are businesses that you do get for free with the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, which will save you a lot of money. Not only that, but you do get that $1.25 million on top of it as a cash bonus incentive for actually purchasing that pack. Now, once you actually do have these businesses up and running, now you can actually purchase the next thing, which is actually going to be the nightclub. So if we actually go ahead and sit up and not be so lazy by sitting on our computers all day, we can go ahead and pull up our internet, go into money and services, go to Maze Bank Foreclosures, enter that site, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go on over to the nightclubs right here. And you can really honestly pick whatever one that you would like. Now, I did accidentally purchase the most expensive one because I thought this one was the best. But honestly, it is completely personal preference. Now, just keep in mind that this one is $1.7 million without anything added to it. If you fully decked this thing out, it will cost you over $5 million to do that. That's why the gun running activities and the sourcing of vehicles is very, very important during this entire phase. You're going to want to be able to basically get those source cars. Every hour, you're going to want to go and find that $17,000 car. You're going to want to rob some convenience stores in between while you're waiting for those things to kind of happen. Now, to get a one supply at your bunker and other facility or other locations, what you're going to want to do is basically go AFK. And the best way to do that is rubber band a corded controller and just let your character walk around in circles. And after 2.5 hours, go and drop off that bunker, come back and resupply, and then kind of start over, do your Headhunter, Sightseer, and everything else. Now, you should be able to make about $1 million a day. So fully purchasing the most expensive nightclub should only take you about 5 days or so to do if you guys put some time and energy into it. Now, this next portion, which is going to be the nightclub in general, has been a great money-making opportunity for me because I am going completely AFK from my console. But just make sure you guys pick whatever one you want. I believe that this one is one of the cheaper ones down here. It's a little far out of the way. If you guys are honestly, in my opinion, if I was to do it again, I would either purchase the, let's get zoomed in here. I would purchase this one right here, or I would purchase this one here in Strawberry. Now it's only a few $1,000s cheaper than the other one, but if you're just looking at not really doing anything specific with it, Elysian Island Nightclub is going to be just fine, and you're going to save yourself $700,000. Welcome to your nightclub. Now, this is one of the next businesses that you need to have in your arsenal to really start making you some money. Now, the one thing that I do want to go over right now is make sure that you guys are staying away from anything cosmetic based in any of your businesses. They are a waste of your money, and they will not produce any type of extra or additional income. So you're not going to want to purchase any of the cosmetics. Don't purchase any clothing. Make sure that you guys are staying away from some of the higher end weapons, and don't buy any of the vehicles. At this point in the game, the only vehicles that you should have, unless you purchase the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, is the Duke of Death and the Buzzard. Those are the only two vehicles that you truly need to have in order to start making a lot of money. Now, you can see that my nightclub here has only a total earnings of $3.2 million. But just keep in mind that I've only had this for like a week or so, and it's already made me this much money. And I put about $4 million because I've recently upgraded because I have additional money. But I was focusing last week on the bunker business because it was double money for all my gun running opportunities. So I just want to let you guys know. But the nice thing that I really like about this business is honestly these top businesses right here, and you can research 5 of them at a time. Now, the 5 that you're going to want to have are cargo and shipments, sporting goods, South American imports, pharmaceutical research, and cash creation. You're going to want to stay away from organic produce and printing and copying if possible. Now, for me, I'm not in cargo and shipments yet because I don't have a hangar or special cargo warehouse yet. So I just want to let you guys know about that. But those are the 5 that you're going to want to have if you do have access to all 5 of your technicians. Now, this technician right here, you will receive once you purchase any of your nightclubs. It doesn't matter which one that you get, but you will get at least one technician for free. And then you can kind of designate which one you would like it to create for you. Now, when we look at some of the upgrades, make sure that you guys are doing the equipment upgrade, and that's really the only one that you need to have. I purchased a security upgrade with the intentions of being able to go AFK away at the camera, but it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, and it wasted a little bit of my money. The staff upgrade, I really don't care about the nightclub itself, so the daily popularity is of no concern to me personally. It's only going to make me $10,000 extra per day at max popularity. And after 7 days, it maxes out anyway at $70,000. And $70,000, I can sell one source vehicle in a 5, maybe 10-minute range and make more money that way than I will with the nightclub itself. Plus, I have to do all the stupid little side missions, and I honestly think it's a waste of my time and energy. So that's just my personal belief anyway. Resident DAs don't really matter. Your warehouse management, we kind of already gone over. You can sell our goods. You can have the different opportunities. I really only sell all of my goods at once. You can see that my goods right now are worth $150,000, and I've already sold them once today. And Tony will take a 10% cut. So this case, I would only get about $140,000 from it because he will take that 10%. And the max that Tony will ever take is $100,000. So if you can get your sales over $1 million, they're going to make you guys the most amount of money. The nice thing that I really do like about the nightclub, once you have all of your MC businesses established, is the fact that you don't have to resupply it ever. Like the gun running business at the bunker, you have to pay the $75,000 just to get the supplies. This will create it all for you on its own without ever having to do anything. And at this point, you can completely start to go AFK if you want to start doing your cosmetic upgrades, purchasing your vehicles and everything, because it's only going to make you money. Every day that I go AFK, or I went AFK just the day prior, and I made almost $1 million from just going AFK at the council. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. Now, there are a couple things that you guys can do in the meantime if you really want to. There are heists that you can do with the facility and getting a high-end apartment. But the reason that I really didn't include them in this guide is they are not solo opportunities, and I wanted to be able to have a solo guide first. At some point, I will create an additional guide, and it will be more of a multiplayer or a cooperative guide out there. So make sure that you guys are staying tuned for that. It will have a lot of the same things in here, but different tips and tricks, because I do think you guys can make more money in a cooperative session, or at least playing with other online players. It doesn't mean you have to necessarily play with a full lobby, but you can play in a public private session with just a few friends and make a lot of money. I know this guide was a little bit longer than I intended it, and I do apologize for that. But if you guys do have any questions about this guide in any way, or maybe if there's some things and tips and tricks that you guys would like to tell me about things that I truly did miss, then please let me know down in the comments section. But that is all the time that I have for in today's video. It did take me a little bit of time to actually make this video, so a like, a subscription, and a comment down below would be greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay.